5, 4.
Isn't that said?
What? Oh,
Well, I thought you were just going to talk till you ran out of steam.
Well, yeah, but at least I want to kind of get an idea.
God, you're so freaking fussy. I cannot believe it.
Diva! You're a freaking diva!
That's right. All right, let's try this again. 5, 4.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Charlando con la Comunidad. We were talking about weapons and guns and the way people love their weapons. And also, I wanted to mention something about, at the city hall and all these, at the state level too, they're always talking about gun control and how they should keep guns out of the hands of criminals. And they just seem to... It's funny that a lot of these people who are doing this, who are against all this violence, they themselves own weapons and they keep them in their house. So I don't understand why they feel so bad about when there's so many different shootings going on. But we will discuss. We'll put a little bit of something on the screen for you later on regarding gun control. And then also I want to bring up something about cell phones. People are not even, when they're on the job, they're not allowed to use their cell phones, but yet they do it anyway. And nobody seems to, to do anything about it. It's one of the reasons why I also quit my job, because people were also on their, when they were getting paid, and yet they felt like they had to be on their telephone all the time. And I even see policemen riding in their vehicles talking on the telephone, and they're not paying attention to what they're supposed to. See, anytime you get on the telephone, it disrupts you and you lose concentration. You don't realize it, but that's what happens. And you might run a light, you might run a stop sign. Somebody might, be pointing a gun at you and you wouldn't even know it. And anyway, and also I noticed a lot of mailmen. The other day at my house, the mailman was coming down the street talking. I thought he was talking to himself, but actually he was talking on the telephone. Now he is on the job. He's getting paid to mail, to put the mail in the boxes. And bad enough, we get the wrong mail anyway. We always get mail that doesn't belong to us. And can you imagine when the guy's not really concentrating and he's talking on the telephone and putting in mail in boxes that shouldn't be put in? And also, I see a lot of store clerks while they're clucking in your groceries. They're over here on the side. They have their telephone behind the machine, trying to text something or find out who's calling them and whatever. And also that takes a lot of concentration, because they're marking in the numbers for your groceries and whatever, and sometimes they might even end up giving you too much change or maybe not enough change. It's kind of I know, an obstruction in a lot of these different things. That's another thing that struck me kind of strange. We were doing a rehearsal for a play one time, and it's all, I kind of blame the people who are in charge too, because they don't seem to tell anybody about it. And these kids, we were supposed to be rehearsing, and while we're rehearsing, this young lady is over there playing with her telephone. Another thing that I saw that was kind of strange. I went to over at Winnebago. I went to a powwow, and these people are marching around the arena, and they're supposed to be concentrating on their dancing, and this guy and this woman were on the telephone. They're texting while they're dancing, and to me it's kind of a lack of respect for what they're actually supposed to be doing. You know, those dances are kind of like ceremonious, and you should have a little more respect for them. But the thing is, I blame the people who are actually looking at them, and they allow them to do this. You know, I would say, hey, I would forbid them completely from the arena, and anything that has to do with technology or any kind of a, you know, even your earphones that people wear while they're supposed to be dancing or whatever. And then a lot of that stuff should not be allowed, because you are actually being paid to be on the job and concentrate on what you're doing, and you should not have to be using either a telephone or ear plugs for listening to music. If you want to listen to music, that maybe there's some on the PA system that plays throughout the store or the area where you're working, and it doesn't take away as much of your concentration that you're doing. But I think I'll leave it at that, and I'll go ahead and say farewell for tonight, and we should have something more to talk about maybe next time. I'd like to maybe bring in some people and who are experts in some of these subjects that we will be talking about, and I bid you farewell, and thanks for Cherry and Bill and Reynaldo for helping with this program, and good night.